So Telfar,
Oh wow.
they
Yeah.
announced that they are going to be doing something called live pricing. I believe it's a new pricing model that they're rolling out. And I honestly don't understand how it works or how it's sustainable, but I will do my best to explain it.
Yeah, nobody
So
knows.
how it happens now for pretty much every brand selling anything is they release products at their retail price, the MSRP, right? So let's say it is a sweater and the MSRP is $500. That's the most
Mm-hmm.
it'll ever sell for. That's the maximum the brand is hoping to get out of that sweater.
No
And
doubt, no doubt.
slowly over time, at Saks or Essence or whatever, the sales start, and that is knocked down from 500 to 400 to 300, and then maybe it finally sells at 200, right? And that's the life cycle. It goes down until the next season, the new delivery comes and it starts all over again, right?
Uh-huh.
So Telfar is basically flipping that. They're saying we're going to start at our wholesale lowest price, and then as the item stays in stock, the price raises.
Dang.
What do you think about this? It's very odd to me.
Yeah, I mean, like, based on, like, what we were just reading a second ago, it's like they're treating the products like stocks. Like, if they're more in demand, the price goes up. Like, this is like I mean, honestly...
That's what I thought. But then I read more about it, and it's actually the opposite. If the piece sells out before the price raises too much, it stays at that lower price forever for future restocks.
What? So the most garbage pieces, what? They're just going to be like $20,000, $30,000. They just never move, and the price just goes up.
I mean, pretty much. That's exactly what it means, though.
This doesn't make any sense.
The most popular pieces go for the lowest amount, whereas the things that sit raise up to the higher amounts. I don't understand how it plays out for them.
I mean, like, honestly, it's super interesting. I think it's cool that they have an idea that is, like, out of the box.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, I don't know. Z just made this comment, so it makes people want to buy before it goes up. I guess, Z.
I mean, I don't argument.
As far as I'm concerned, you're a stranger, but I doubt you're an economist. And I feel like we need an economist to figure this stuff out, because it's like, if you as a brand are selling all of your products at wholesale price, hypothetically, and this is all, there's like all sorts of rigmarole, but you can kind of guess that it costs the brand a quarter of the price to make it. So they sell it double that quarter to wholesalers, and wholesalers double it again. So that's kind of the usual markup. But I think that, and that's kind of just a rule of thumb, that could totally not be the case. I wonder if you're selling all of your garments, I mean, like, in a store, if I went to buy the Telfar bag in a store and it's at wholesale price, are they losing money on that product? I just don't understand the how that would even work, you know?
I think Z actually may be getting at it here now that I'm playing it out in my head, because what they could be doing is making a play for scale as opposed to cost. Maybe they're hoping to hit another level in terms of the volumes that they're able to manufacture by generating additional sales at a lower price, that makes up for it.
Like, what does that mean? What are they, blitz scaling now? Like, they're like, we'll just keep burning money until we control the clothes market.
Well, this is the thing. At Telfar, I don't know, like, they do these live streams. It's like a home shopping network type deal. And it really seems like they have a focus on making their product available to as many people as possible. Like, it seems less like a luxury exclusivity thing than them just trying to get it out to whoever wants it. And this may just be a play again in that direction.
Yeah, we have a comment. Kennedy said that there are two ways to get exclusivity: barrier by price or barrier by scarcity. Making it cheap to begin with to sell out quickly and drive scarcity is not entirely new strategy. I don't disagree with you, Kenny.
Mhm.
Kennedy. But I'm thinking like what about Supreme? Let's just like consider Supreme for a second. The clothes are, I mean, like I think hypothetically the clothes are priced reasonably, but they're priced for like how expensive they are to make. Like,
right.
They make their hoodies in Canada. The hoodies cost like $70 to $100, and that's what they're selling it at. And there's artificial scarcity. They just don't make a lot. But it's like Telfar. Obviously, like presumably they're not making money off the resale, and I guess it's curious. It's curious at least if it is like a face or false scarcity thing, or there's like other machinations involved. Maybe it's kind of like a streetwear model where they just want you to think you can't get it. We should have an economist as our next guest.
That would be a fair thing to do, honestly, because I feel like there are probably nuances to this that neither of us have the big brain power to reckon with here.
I can't reckon with it.
I guess you pretty much guarantee that you're going to get a boom at any drop, right? Because everybody who's legitimately interested is going to want to get in at the lowest potential price. And
what? And then what? Then the price stays there?
Maybe they've done the math that then the additional people who couldn't get in early enough and get it at the next higher price tier makes up. It sounds wrong as I'm saying it, but
I really don't get it, but maybe we're talking about it.
I think maybe they're here to save us from this subject because it's kind of blowing our brains up, and I think we've had enough of Telfar for the night. So,
you know what? Should we ask Karsten about the Telfar thing? Or
yeah, I was gonna say we promised somebody in the chat earlier that we'd ask about this. Did you see this thing within the past few days about Telfar changing their pricing model to like the live pricing thing?
I thought I understood it because I actually thought of doing something similar, right? Because I was like, okay, first drop, then next drop, we like price it up, right?
Sure.
Because like if you miss out on the first, like to do a restock is expensive, and then I kind of was like, I don't feel like that's ethical to like pretend that this is scarce. Then I also Then I read like the next part where it says like it always goes up in MSRP, but like if it like sells out, it'll stay the same. I had no clue why
exactly.
What?
But I want to point out the flip side to what you were just saying is that the accepted way of doing things, when you actually think about it, is also very unethical. That you charge
capitalism isn't ethical.
You charge the people who are most psyched about your product the most MSRP, and then the people who are maybe more on the fence or not sure about it, they end up getting it 6 months later at a steep discount, right?
Now, the one thing I was wondering, because I didn't understand it and it didn't seem like I had any clue on how to understand it.
Yeah.
Is this some sort of Frank Ocean thing? Like Blonde Frank Ocean, where it's like something that's pulling
and then there's going to be another album that comes right after
because the reason I thought it is because it directly contradicts everything that a retailer would normally do.
Yes.
Yeah.
And as far as I know, Telfar actually has like deals with retailers. And so my one guess, my best guess genuinely is that this is some stipulation that they're doing to get out of their retailer contracts.
Oh, that's at least that's a take, dude.
Yeah,
because that's
yeah.
what I was thinking. It's like if you're selling products at wholesale price, so that you're selling the wholesaler a half, whatever, and then they're selling it at that half. How are you going to make any money on it? Aren't you going to lose money, presumably? But maybe it's all just a ploy.
Part of the plan,
I wonder if it's a ploy. That is my best guess. Or like it just, because to me the whole thing strikes me as like a big fuck you to like retailers, because if you guys don't know, like the being a designer, it's incredibly fucking difficult to deal with retailers.
Sure.
Especially if you have a multi-year deal.
Yeah.
And also because you can lose a lot of money with retailers. It's quite painful.
Because correct me if I'm wrong, most of them will have in their contracts, right, that any unsold stuff you kind of have to eat in a way, right? Yeah. Okay.
And they literally want you to eat it. Like they say, no, you come to the office.
You put on a burger bun.
Your finest bib.
Yeah. You come to my office. We're gonna have all those hoodies in a pile. You're gonna eat this mess. I think it's crazy. My thinking with the Telfar thing is maybe it's a publicity stunt and it's just a loss leader thing, and they'll get a lot of press for it, something like that.
Maybe.
I feel like if you wanted press for something, it would be easily explainable, though.
Yeah, right, maybe.
Yeah, right.
Like, there's always, like, my friend has a quote, like, if you have a good business idea, you should be able to just, like, understand it in less than a minute. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is why I've never invested in any cryptocurrency.
Oh, no. Yeah, no.
Can't understand it. Sorry.